Okay, let's dive into the analysis of the GTA 6 trailer. I haven't seen any other reaction or analysis and also didn't really follow any speculations about GTA 6 beforehand, so that I can give an uninfluenced analysis of mine. We will go through the most important frames of the trailer and talk a little bit about it. So let's go. Okay, we start with the first frame at second 3. On first sight you will think it's not a special picture, but what if I tell you that this is telling us how great GTA 6 can be? Rockstar is showing us all different types of vehicles here. You have buses, small buses, cars, bikes, a speedboat, a plane, and so on and so forth. Nothing special so far. We also see a prison in the background. If you look closely, there are some prison towers. Also, no, not that special. So far, I can remember we had prisons in San Andreas in form of small cabins in the police department, and also in GTA 4, Lost and Damned, where we had to free the gang boss Billy. But I think we were not able to enter there outside the mission. So yeah, maybe in GTA 6 it will be possible to be inside, or even to go inside, or to make a prison break or something like that. Yeah, but as I said, this frame hides something bigger, which I will return to later on. Going to the next frame, which will be at second 7, we see Lucia in prison, Hispanic Latin girl. We also see some pictures at the wall, at the prison wall, but there's nothing clear to see there, so yeah. She's in the prison, which brings me to the point I just said earlier, to a prison break. But I don't really think that we will have a prison break, not with Lucia directly. Cause maybe you saw the the cover picture of the trailer. There, Lucia was seen with wearing a foot cuff, which kind of gets me to the point that she's getting out of the prison on a legal basis. Good. Next frame. This conversation could mean that Lucia is not all too long in prison, because she's just, it seems like she just entered the prison and is getting questioned by her authority there. And or maybe she's, I don't know, maybe she's longer in prison, and now because of good behavior and so on, maybe she's getting a talk there with an authority to give her a point of view of whatever she did, and maybe also she can show and confirm her good behavior. Maybe that's why she's coming out of prison earlier than expected with a foot cuff. Who knows? The letters on Lucia's clothes, it's written L, D, and there's another hidden letter, a third letter. For me it doesn't look like an S, but imagine if it would look like an S. Could she have something to do with Michael DeSanta? That would be LDS, Lucia DeSanta. I don't know, maybe from a cheat on his wife or a former letter relation. I'll leave that open here, but would like to know your opinion. Nothing really special. We see a shark, we see a few dolphins, we see a speedboat, some birds flying around. We see a beach there, we see hotels, which shows the tourism aspect of Miami. Then at second 15, we see 3 kinds of air vehicle. The plane on top of the picture. Then we see the helicopter here, and here also an aeroplane with a sign. I tried to decipher this, but there's, at least in my opinion, there's nothing really special written. Then, if we go a little further, second 16, Rockstar has a little surprise for us. Look at the Mercedes AMG SLS here. Okay, here we see a fan boat, and this will be fun, cruising with this thing over the wetlands, exploring the area, the animals, the nature. Okay, then here we have some animals as well, some wildlife, flamingos, other birds, alligators, and also if you look here, In the back there's also a deer kind of thing. Here we see the beach, which Miami is famous for. We see lots of individual people dressing themselves totally different. Different shapes also from the persons. We have muscular ones, we have curvy ones, we have skinny ones, and what we see here is also a lot of stuff like smartphones. You know, smartphones will be really important. We see here a guy with a smartphone. The guy here who's running seems to have a smartwatch. Yeah, so smartphone and the internet will play an important role in GTA 6. I'm pretty sure of that. We also see water scooters, a helicopter, and also such a water helicopter here, and as well an airplane. So yeah, we will have lots of different possibilities to get from point A to point B. Now we get to the harbor. The harbor could be important. It offers a lot of valuable goods, which we could steal to make money, or it could also be a possibility to receive, you know, drugs or something, which we also can turn into money later. Yep, 2 speedboats, nothing really special, not to my eye. Good vibes. Then here, this is important. We see lowriders and in general tuned cars, so we can expect that the possibility to upgrade and individualize your car comes finally back. I guess everyone wished it back. It was really a nice thing in GTA San Andreas, also in GTA 5 you could tune a little bit, but yeah, not too much. And here we also get a new possibility. I think this frame is in the Wynwood district, you know, where arts in general is plays a big role there. Maybe we will be able to spray graffiti. Yeah, maybe this possibility is also returning. Strip clubs and parties. Then here, this could be kind of important. We see on this guy lots of accessories, like a watch, chains, grills, a glass. You know, the other guy's wearing a bandana. I can imagine that is also possible for our main characters, that we can individualize them with lots of accessories, clothes, haircuts, tattoos. So that would be really fun. Okay, this frame is also pretty important here at second 31. We see here in the background a big yard. So there are also bigger boats we could rob or even own, who knows, buy. Apart from that, there was nothing really special, but this here in the corner, that was a little nice detail. A parking space for disabled people. Yeah, that's pretty much all. Okay, here we see nice and expensive cars, and also in contrast to that, which seems like a homeless person right here. The cheetah is back. If you look at the license plate of the white car, there's written cheetah, but also the other cars seem pretty familiar from GTA 5, so nothing really special. Here, this frame is also important. The frame at 34 seconds, Gus Fring in the left bottom corner. Yeah, just a speculation. Second 35, we see islands, a big bridge, and also you don't notice at the first view there is a zeppelin directly in the top center of the picture. Another possibility to fly around Miami. How crazy is that? Okay, party girls. There we see a little hint of how important the internet will be. Then we see some stories here, like, yeah, there will be probably an app kind of like TikTok. I don't know what kind of use this have for our characters. I could imagine more in a negative way, that of course we can be spotted, we can be recorded from all kind of directions. You know, a lot of people in the streets, everyone is wearing a phone, is having a phone and can just record you while you are doing something bad. So that will make it more difficult, definitely, to act there in the city, to get some money, to do bad actions, whatever. So probably pretty easy to get some stars. Okay, here we see an alligator again. This also brings me to the point of tuning, possible car races, clubs and meetups. So another story here. What we can see here is small shops, diners will be there to enter, also to interact, to get some food, stuff, whatever. And as if you look out a window, we are at a car gasoline station. I don't know yet what I should think about, when you have to fuel your car all the time. It can get annoying. They have to keep it to a level where it's not too annoying. Next frame, we see a police crackdown. Whatever is happening there, we don't know. It could be drugs, probably drugs, yeah. Okay, another nice story here. Weird people. Yeah, the last 5 seconds were just showing us the weirdness of people going on in Miami. We see here a guy giving water to a, swampy area, which makes no sense, and this wearing interesting stuff. Also here, festivals, that could be part of GTA 6. Not even the Mud Club festival here, maybe also rock festivals, music festivals. Yeah, interesting. Also, if you look at the background, there's the monster truck coming back. Nice. Parties. Here we see Jason for the first time. And Lucia together in a car. What is something special is this here, that we see, someone who just get arrested. And then we have Spanish news about it. This kind of introduces also the Spanish or Hispanic aspect of Miami, or maybe another part of GTA 6. Who knows? If it brings us to what is next to Miami? Not pretty close, but lots of people speculated Colombia or something, South American. Also Lucia, she's definitely Hispanic. High possibility that there is some connection to an Hispanic country where we can go later on. In general, I believe that Vice City will not be the only main city there. I think they will start with it, and then over the time if they don't do it in GTA 6, then at latest at GTA 7, where they kind of form the GTA universe, or at least world, where you have all the different cities they created already, like Vice City, San Andreas, Liberty City, and then also other places. Look what was possible with GTA 5 over 10 years. People are still playing it because they put so much content into it. And I can imagine that, they start with Vice City and then will build up the map as the time goes by. Most probably the cities they already created, but also maybe other cities. Like, who knows, Chicago. What would be cool would be like the border to Mexico, like El Paso or somewhere San Diego, that you also have some cartel things going on there. Maybe also little inspiration from Breaking Bad, that would be cool. Let's see. Okay, here we see dirt bikes, quad bikes, motocross. Oh, here in the background we see the Pisswasser is back. It's a drink which is accompanying GTA in all of its parts, and good to see it back again here. Okay, let's enjoy the rest of it. There's not that much to get from, but here is something really interesting. In general, you hear that Lucia is talking all the time, so she's probably the boss, most probably the boss in the relation. She's, the bad cop in this relation, I would say. Whereas Jason seems not as cold. He seems thinking, contemplating. He's maybe, he will be the good guy, the good cop in this relation. But in general, both of them don't really look like born criminals to me. So I can imagine that there's a way they're turning good over the course of the story, but who knows? We have to wait for this about 1.5 years more. Yep. And this is how it ends. And I would like to go back to the third second of the trailer. So here, something pretty important, which could really give us a hint about how big GTA 6 can be. As you know, Rockstar always said a new part of GTA, a new series of GTA, or a new part of the GTA series has to be something groundbreaking. You know, otherwise they have no inspiration, no intention to, no will to create, you know, well, why would they create something which is already there? If we also take into account the development time of 10, 12 years, you know, the game is coming, probably in the first or second quarter of 2025. So they have put 12 years into the development of this game, or about 12 years. I mean, they also develop other games. Who knows? As I said, we see the prison in the background. We see also water treatment like plant here, directly in front of the prison, which is not the thing I wanted to get your attention to. This is something minor, but another thing in the background, in the right center of the picture of the frame, there you can see 3 similar plants, which pretty much stands for an energy plant. So it could be a coal energy plant, which would be not that great, I think. I could believe it's a nuclear plant. I mean, this is, you know, this is huge. Imagine a nuclear energy plant would bring interesting extra scenarios with it, like a nuclear catastrophe, a fallout, and would fit to the extraterrestrial stuff, which we all know Rockstar has a little passion for. So I could even imagine that it could make time traveling realistic. Imagine like a, you know, plutonium or something like in Back to the Future. As I said, Rockstar's always saying that the next GTA must be something groundbreaking, and for me, it has to go into the direction. Either it's time traveling or going into space. Imagine the protagonists turning good over the storyline and go back to the past to fix everything they did wrong. What a nice happy ending would be this, huh? Or it will end up making things worse, who knows? And also, as we know, Rockstar often takes inspiration from movies like Godfather, Scarface, Menace to Society. Why should they not also take some inspiration here from, for example, Back to the Future? I think it's pretty likely, and also, I mean, that would be really something groundbreaking. And this is also, you know, that's just Rockstar, you know? You see the first seconds and think, okay, nothing really special, and then they have a little there shaded energy plants, which makes the whole thing so crazy. What else? I mean, if you look at the whole trailer, the 1 minute and 30 seconds, for me there was nothing pretty much different than we know from GTA 5. Of course, another location, probably a bigger map, more realistic wildlife, and also in general interaction. Lots of different vehicles, but there's nothing different than to GTA 5 so far. But this would be something, you know, Rockstar could just play with that. That would be a nice thing. That's why I think the first 4 seconds of this trailer are the most important one. Okay, let's sum up this whole thing. We see GTA 6 is taking place, as expected, in the state of Leonia, which is based on Florida. Also with Vice City as a main city, which is based on Miami. We also see some wetlands. I didn't really notice any mountains or something. We see it's playing in modern time, 2020, 2030-ish. So also with internet infrastructure, network. We saw in general that the internet will probably play an important role there. Audio bit deeds can be recorded, but I still don't know how our protagonists will use this to their favor. I don't know. We see a lot of wildlife, animals, alligators, dogs, flamingos, sharks, dolphins. What I found interesting is that there was not one iguana, which Miami or in general Florida is known for. It's a pretty invasive species, but there was none, which makes, I don't know, which makes no sense. Maybe we'd see it in the next trailer. Yeah, and in the end, we see lots of opportunities to make money, a lot of stuff to steal and make money off. I could imagine that is how small we start with stealing stuff, then later going to deal drugs, maybe even planting drugs like hemp, or even cooking stuff like crystal or something, then doing heists, of course, and even much bigger things where we use, for example, the energy infrastructure for blackout or other things. Yep, so that was my analysis of the trailer. I hope you like it. Please give this video a like, subscribe to my channel, and join me on the road to GTA 6, where we're gonna play all parts of the GTA series. We're about to finish with GTA 3 soon, and I'm about to start with Vice City and my all-time favorite game, GTA San Andreas. It was a pleasure. See you soon.